when I saw this, it pissed me off because I don't think there's anything wrong with porn. I'm not one of those people who say, oh, it's a sin or blah, blah, blah. You know, there's a lot of fucking things that are sins, all right? Shut the fuck up. There's Arizona politicians in Arizona, and they're doing this. They're trying to make a bill where they can tax the porn on your phone. So I don't know how it would go through. I don't know how it would do. But if you go to like Pornhub or whatever any of those websites are, which, I mean, I have them all bookmarked. But if they would tax it. You know what? Fuck you. Leave my porn alone. All right? That is such bullshit. And they're doing it in other areas, other states as well. They're talking about it. They think porn is a public health problem.
Okay.
If you want to fix... Wait, hold on. I got it. Okay, here we go. If you want to fix the public health problem, how about you fix my fucking insurance that blows, you piece of shit? Leave my porn alone. What the fuck, man? No, seriously. Come on, that's bullshit. It's a public health problem. They don't give a shit about our health. If they did, the healthcare would be better. Would be, and I'm not for. A lot of people are talking about healthcare this week because of what happened with Jimmy Kimmel on this week. Did you read about that?
Yeah, I did. I don't understand public health. It doesn't say why it would affect public health. What is it hurting? What's the problem?
Nothing. It's hurting nothing. It's bullshit. It's probably a bunch of like Bible thumping, Republicans who, they think porn is a problem, and it's like, my porn is none of your fucking business. The problem is I can't go to the doctor because I can't afford it because it costs me an arm and a leg. But, whatever your stance on healthcare, I don't know what the answer is, but, I got to tell you that what's happening right now sucks. It's become so expensive. It's so expensive for healthcare now that, my wife has healthcare through her school district and my kids are on her plan. And we figured it out to add me. If I were on her plan, it would jack up the price so much that it was cheaper for me just to go out and get some bullshit policy on my own and pay separately. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But if you missed the Jimmy Kimmel thing this week, he had something very, very horrible happen that turned out to be okay, but his son was born with a large hole in his heart. And he did this monologue, which I really, really liked because I think you and I have that Jimmy Kimmel sense of humor. I think he's the best out of the late night because he's sort of sarcastic and cynical a little bit, and he doesn't get serious very often. And he started tearing up because, they had to have surgery on this infant. And he started talking about how he's rich. And he was like, do whatever you can. I'll pay whatever I need to help my son. But without health care for everybody, people have to let their babies die?
Yeah.
Now I get it. I get it. No system's perfect. All right. I get it. But having someone, whoever, having to make the choice or not having a choice to let their baby die because they don't have health insurance because they're out of work or whatever, that's fucked up. And I know there are people who don't work because they're lazy pieces of shit. I get that, all right? That's why I say no system's perfect. But no one should have to let their baby die. That's fucked up. So healthcare sucks. Leave my porn alone, all right? It's one of my only, good moments of the day when I can, be alone with my porn.
We just went off on a tangent. I don't know how we're going to recover from this.
There's no worse boner killer either than if you're in the bathroom, and sometimes I'll just go in there and shut the door and say I'm using the bathroom. But you're watching something and then you hear, I'm like, boner killer right there. Kid's voice. Thanks.
I had to explain to Billy what a boner was last night.
Yes. How did you explain it?
Okay, so he had swim practice yesterday, the first one, and the whole time he kept his hands over his chest.
Yeah.
And he had his shirt off, and he just kept. And my kid is a thin kid.
Yeah.
You know, he's stocky, he's thin, he's 10 years old, going through a lot of changes to his body.
Puberty, sure.
The hair down there, all that stuff. It seems like it's a little early, but it's happening. So my wife said, you might want to have a conversation with him. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And so I said, hey, buddy, are you self-conscious? Or you have a problem with having your shirt off around people at the pool? I know that there's some girls in your class that are on the same swim team. And he said, no, I don't have any problem. I said, well, you kept your hands over your chest and your nipples. He's like, oh. I said, yeah, I have to say those words. And he's like, I don't want to talk about this. And I said, well, there are things that we have to talk about.
Yeah.
There are things that I, as a parent, I am obligated to tell you so you don't learn things like I did. And you don't do the things I did, because I learned a lot of things. I learned everything from my friends. My dad never taught me anything.
Hell no.
Found a nudie magazine that my friends had. I found the nudie, and then it was like hardcore porn. And then I showed my sister, who was 3 years younger than me at the time. And I was probably 8 years old.
Yeah.
So that's how my sister found out about stuff.
You told this story last time, but anyway.
But
hold on. But there are now there are things like on the internet. I'm a 40-year-old guy. The internet is so a million times worse than magazines. Mm-hmm. There's shit on the internet that I'm just learning at 40 years old. There's some fucked up stuff on the internet.
Okay.
So anyway,
I said I'm obligated to tell you about these things.
Right.
Because that's my job as a parent. He's like, okay. I said, you're going to be uncomfortable whenever we're talking about your body change. And he's like, yeah, I know, my underarm hair and chest hair. And I said, yeah, and about, getting a boner in the morning. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, like morning wood. He's like, he said, what? And I said, okay, this is going to be awkward. And because he just wanted to walk away. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, in the morning, whenever you have to pee really bad, is your boy standing up? It's like, it's kind of, it's like staring at you, right? And he's like, oh, Dad. And I said, you call that a boner?
Yeah.
And he started laughing and thought that was the funniest fucking thing. That's the only way I'm
going
to
get
things.
You got to do the whole, like, adjust yourself and, like, point your whole body downwards because it won't go away. You're like, oh,
exactly.
Crap, this sucks.
And so I that's the way I have to explain things to him, is that I have to make it funny.
Yeah,
but I can't ignore those things. He can't learn this stuff from other people.
No.
By the way, that's not the way you handle morning wood and having a pee. No, you pee in the shower. You jump in the shower and you pee right there, because it can go anywhere.
True.
Dude.
You know what's sad, too? Guys who have to, like, lie to their wives about where they're going because they don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get in trouble. You're a fucking grown man. I don't get it. Guys, go out with your bros, okay? It's ridiculous.